planning with subcontracting is a comprehensive process aimed at efficiently managing the procurement of materials and services required for a project, especially when the subcontracting is involved. So the process is to ensure the necessary resources are available at the right time and at the right quantity, ultimately contributing to the successful completion of a project. So if you see the benefits means it ensures the resources are allocated optimally, avoiding shortages or excess, and helps in controlling cost associated with the procurement, ensuring the resources are acquired at competitive prices, and ensures the material and services are available as per the project schedule and preventing delays, and allows for thorough evaluation of subcontractors and ensures the material met the specified standards, and then provides a structured approach that compiles with the procurement policies and enables the transparent processes, and helps in identifying and mitigating risk associated with the procurement such as delays and cost overruns. So we see the key process flows covered is that first is the creative of operative and WBS and network. So this establishes the work breakdown structure that defines the dependency between the activities and export network activity data to the project. This is based on the scope document. So they are uploading the network activity data and estimation data files into the project. So it involves uploading the cost estimate data into the various project activities. So based on this activity upload, they will be having an MRP run for the material. But the material requirement planning is performed to determine the quantities and timing of the material procurement. And we're having a convert PR to PO process. So the PRs are transformed to the purchase orders to formalize the procurement, and goods receipt to record the receipt of materials against the purchase order, and subcontracting services and external activities, which involves the specifying subcontracting services required for the certain activities that is been defined in the activities which is under the WBS. So generating the subcontracting PR, which initiates the procurement process for subcontracting service, and RFQ processing. So request for quotation is initiated to gather the competitive bids for potential subcontractors, and creating PO for subcontracting service, so which formulates the agreement with the chosen subcontractor, and create outbound delivery note for PO components. So prepares a delivery note for components to be sent to the subcontractor in the subcontracting process. So update the picking details of outbound delivery. So which specifies which component need to be picked for sending to the subcontractor. And post goods issue against the outbound delivery, which records the issuance of components to the subcontractor, and goods receipts, which records the receipt from the service from the subcontractor, and service entry, which confirms the receipt and the quantity of the service provided by the subcontractor. So this is the process we are going to cover. And application required is S4 Hana 2021, and the company roles involved in the process is project logistic controller and procurement controller, storekeeper, and store manager. So detailed process description is that the process involves a systematic progression through the key process flow, which we discussed in the earlier stage slide. So ensuring that each activity is carried out at the right time and in the right sequence. It encompasses everything from the initial project planning and estimation, so to material procurement, subcontracting, and ultimately the receipt and verification of the services. So each step contributes to the overall goal of timely and cost-effective project completion. So the process is designed to be compliant with the procurement policies and transparent in allowing for effective risk management and resource allocation. So this is the process flow. The flow chart is visible, Dhanush. Can you able to see the flow chart?
Yes, it is
mentioned in the flow chart. It is visible, no?
Yes.
Yeah, it starts from the procurement planning with subcontracting process. So first it will starts from the project logic controller. So there the operative WBS network is created. So yesterday's session we discussed about the assembly processing from the sales order. It directly creates the project. So here we are creating directly in the operative WBS network structure and directly in the CJ20 itself. So once it is got created, as per the project scope, we are having an export of network activities. It is already predefined in their Excel sheets, so that will be uploaded to that particular activities with reference to the cost estimate data file. So both will be uploaded against the specific activities. All the data and the quantities and the prices will be updated there. With reference to that, MRP run will be done. So parallelly, we will be entering the subcontracting service activity in the external activities. There is an option in the external activities, external service and internal activities in the project systems. There we will be giving the information about the subcontracting service. What is the subcontractor, what is the quantity of the thing need to be done, and what is the services is required there. So then we will be generating a subcontracting PR while the WBS got released. So the PR will be generated. So after that, two processes will happen parallelly. So one, with reference to the MRP run, the PR generated from the MRP run will be converted to PO. That will be taken care by the procurement controller. And after that, the PO conversion, the GR for the material will be taken. Once the GR is already taken means, then the logistic controller will verify the components, what are the components is available in their storage location. Then the subcontracting activity will start. So once the PR is got generated, RFQ processing will be done. Based on the RFQ processing, they will be creating a subcontracting PO. Once it is got created, then the logistic controller will verify the components, which components need to be sent to the subcontractor. Then he will create the outbound delivery note against the components. Once it is prepared, then the storekeeper will update the picking details in the outbound delivery. After that, he will arrange that components to send to the vendor for subcontracting. Once it has been done, the store manager will do the post goods issue against the outbound delivery. Then he will send the components to the vendor. Once the components reach to the vendor, he will do all kind of required services, which is already mentioned in the PO terms and conditions. After that, he will deliver the material to the project. Then the procurement controller will take the goods receipt against that. And based on that subcontracting PO required agreements and what all the services need to be provided, they will be doing the service entry. Once these two things are being confirmed, the process will be closing here. So this is the process, Dhanush. Any questions you can ask?
Okay, so this is services for internal or this is for external?
This is external service, Dhanush.
External services, okay. So if external services, okay, if the subcontractor who use maybe reside equipments,
yeah,
and and even they are going to the procuring, even reside they are going to procure on behalf of the subcontractor. So
yes,
this is also the part of the process.
Yes, here what we are doing is that here we can add production planning also. There what is happening is that in SG there is semi-finished goods also they are sending for the subcontracting process, whichever they are doing in production.
Okay, so this is like
if there is any SFG materials required also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here you mean to say the production process they are going to manufacture? You mean to say some material they are going to producing?
Yeah. If they are not having the complete FG process, means they are doing some semi-finished products, then after that material is been sent for the subcontracting purpose.
Okay. So this is not services actually, right?
This is both, because there are two parts. One, we can give an order with components and as well as the service. For doing that particular process, we will be doing a service also, service as well as we are supplying the material. It is not including the material. It is excluding the material.
Okay, but especially for services, there are two cases. One is the external, they are completely taking care. Maybe you can say three parts.
Correct.
So, the bill of material completely he is going to execute with everything, equipment or material or services, everything he is taking care.
Yes.
And second thing, the services internally, so they are going to take care. Maybe the reside, they are going to provide their own equipments. So this is the internal services. And third one, maybe the subcontractor who perform the jobs. So for performing the jobs, if they need any kind of steel or pipe related activity, so reside they are going to procure. So this cost, how
that can be that they will procure and they will issue to the particular vendor as a debit note. We need to deduct once the billing is billed or service center needs to be done.
Okay.
So what we can do is that we can procure the particular material. We can have the service work order for that particular vendor. Once he is performing the particular service, we will be issuing the material against that particular order and we will be debiting to that particular vendor if it is not in the scope.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you can include. So yeah, so this process, maybe you can add it actually.
Yeah.
So when Rizai is going to procure the material, how the debit node going to be raised to customer.
Yes.
So finally, how they are going to do the adjustment.
Yeah.
So this is for the material.
Yes.
And yeah, and another one is right. Rizai providing the equipment, but they are using some fuels they are using. So they are charging both. So machine, I mean equipments plus fuel, they are going to charge. So only the activity who is going to perform. So for that they are going to pay that.
Okay, that is hiring of equipment and fuel charges.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Right, Dinesh, we'll include that.
Yeah, include that. Maybe in the BPML also you can add it actually, this
Yeah.
process. So that while do the testing, configuration and testing, you can able to make sure these processes are covered.
Right, right.
Yeah.
We'll do it, Dinesh. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.